Hi, Democrats. Today is Monday, November 27th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Monday. I hope that you had wonderful time spent with your family or just chilling. And I hope that you're ready to get back to work. So today is Monday. And if it's Monday, I have to update you on how many mass shootings we've had in our country this year. And that number right now is 701. We've had 701 that are fighting they have hired an attorney. They're paying money to fight. These people are fighting to keep their right to pay people minimum wage. And in some instances, there are exemptions where they can pay people less than $7.25 an hour. And they're fighting for the right to be able to pay people less than that. Now, this is not an initiative run by the Oklahoma Democratic Party. But minimum wage is something we care about, right? Economic opportunity. Folks should be able to have one job. Folks should be able to have one job and keep a roof over their head and their bellies fed. So let's go with somebody who makes $7.25 an hour. And these numbers are gross. $7.25 an hour before their taxes are taken out. So it's $15,000 and it's $15,080. And that's before taxes are taken out. $15,080 a year. That's what $7.25 an hour makes. Now, if this person is a renter, which likely they are because they make $15,000 a year. If this person is a renter, their landlord is going to ask them to make 4 times or 3 times. Let's just go with the optimistic. 3 times what their rent is. They have to make 3 times what their rent is. Each adult in the house has to make 3 times what their rent is in order to qualify to rent an apartment or a house. So I did a little math, and basically someone making $15 an hour qualifies for rent of $418 a month. I don't even know where you can live for $418 a month. I don't know, is that a studio apartment? I don't, and I asked that question not because I am out of touch. I asked that question because I look and see how much things cost. I see how much apartment rentals are. And $418 isn't getting you an apartment in most cities, counties in our state. And so what we're doing is we're relegating these people to substandard living. If we're saying we want to pay people $7.25 an hour and some people less than that. There are folks out there who are saying if you make $7.25 an hour, you deserve to make $7.25 an hour. What does that mean? What does that mean? Shouldn't we be glad that folks are gainfully employed? Shouldn't we be glad that people have a job? And so when we say they should be glad, that's what they deserve, we're saying that some people deserve not to be able to afford to live. I struggle with that. So right now, there aren't signatures being gathered, but we're waiting on that. But I want you to ruminate on that so that when you see the petition, it's not new to you. You know what's up. This is a petition just hoping to raise the minimum wage to a barely livable standard by in the next 5 years. In the next 5 years, we're hoping to get it up to $15 or $20 an hour, which is still barely enough to pay rent. It's barely enough to pay rent. So that's where we are. $15 an hour is pushing it, but we are at $7.25 an hour. So when you see this petition, you have a lot. You have a lot to think about. I got all the way off track. Today is November 27th. I want to remind you that today is the last day. If you live in a city or municipality that has an election on December 12th, today is the last day to request your absentee ballot, and it is 4/24. So request it now. Today's the last day to request your absentee ballot. for the election that is coming right up. So like if you live in Lawton and you're voting in that special election, today's the last day. If you live in Oklahoma City and you want to have your say on the stadium, today's the last day for absentee ballots. You can always show up on the day of. Okay, I went off on the minimum wage and I got myself off track. So I'm going to end today while I'm ahead. You guys have a wonderful evening. Please be sure and join Scott Hamilton tonight at 6:30 on the Hamilton Report. Well, he'll be talking about whatever happened to empathy. Thanks for joining you. I'll see you tomorrow at 4:15.